to the Mucky Duck. Thank y'all for being here. My name's Carll. This is the Gulf Coast Orchestra, and we'll be happy to be playing music for you again. All my tame and all my wild, all my man and all my child, all my faults and all my scars, all my sometimes lucky stars, all my joys and my regrets, all my old Guy Clark cassettes. I knew the night we met you'd get it all. All my lows and all my highs, all my truth and all my lies, all my rights and all my wrongs, all my from now on love songs, all my future, all my roots, all my worn out cowboy boots that I kick off in the hall. You get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy, being more than you can stand, than I let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call. But I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my was, all my cloud of Texas dust, all my humble, all my bragging, all my on and off the wagon, all my be your place to hide, all my always on your side, all my catch you when you fall, you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy, being more than you can stand, but then I let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call. But I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my blessing, all my curse, all my better, all my worse, from the chapel to the hearse, you get it all. Yeah, you do. Thank you, everybody. That's the title track to my new record, which is not officially out. It doesn't come out for a week, but I have smuggled some copies into the Mucky Duck tonight, and we happen to have them for sale. The CDs and the vinyl. I don't know how many people still buy CDs, but we got some of those. And it's actually the pink vinyl. They do this deal where if you pre-order, you get a pink or green vinyl, and then after that, you get black. But they didn't have black, so they sent me the pink ones. So you can grab one of those. All right, that's the end of my pitch on that. We're also recording tonight's show. If you'd like to take home a version of that, we have that for sale back there as well. So I'll play some of those songs off that new record. But first, I'll do a few that I know better. has come, there is no second chance. We've been drifting on an empty, aching sea. You were the girl I never knew I wanted. I was the boy you hoped you'd never see. It's a shame we ain't lovers. We could have been something so big it rained. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stay. There was a time you would have had me. There was a time when I could have had you. But it's too late, another path has come and gone again. I'm at the back door with a broken window view, thinking it's a shame we ain't lovers. We could have been something so big it rained. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stay. There was a time you would have had me. There was a time when I could have had you. But it's too late, another path has come and gone again. I'm at the back door with a broken window view, thinking it's a shame we ain't lovers. We could have been something so big it grand. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stand. I'm tired of writing, but I can't put down my pen. It's too late now to talk or turn back. So just hold on, 'cause baby, here we go again, heading the wrong way down that one-way track. It's a shame we ain't lovers. It could have been something so big and great. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stay. Trying to make a stand. Thank you very much. You row your boat and I'll row mine. We'll both get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own sweet time. Some stay in the shallows, some get in the deep. Some are slow and lazy, others up a creek, others up a creek. You know what that means. Yeah, we all get what we're given and hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. He drinks liquor, she loves the Lord. Some hear the music, some jump overboard, some jump overboard, they go overboard. Heartstorms raging out in the west. Some never get lucky, some might have been born blessed, might have been born blessed. Hard to say, I guess. Yeah, we get what we are given, and we hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. Water is smooth, water is rough. You hang on tight and you hang in tough. Hey, it don't matter what will be, and be, and be. We're all headed to the same sea. You row your boat and I row mine. We'll both get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own sweet time. Yeah, we get what we are given and we hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. Ah, we get what we are given and we hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. Different boats. All right, thank you. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Well, I want to do, first of all, it's great to be playing music again. We had a bit of a hiatus. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, when everything shut down, I went home and I wasn't sure, like anybody, I didn't know how long it was going to last. And after a couple of weeks, I realized that I needed to figure something out. And so we started doing live streams every Tuesday. We had a series called Alone Together Tuesdays. And we did, thank you. I think we did 63 episodes or something like that. And it was a lifesaver. And it not only kind of kept us afloat, but it gave me a connection with people that I needed. I didn't even sure how much I needed it. I wasn't sure how much I needed it until it happened. And so thank you to everybody that tuned in and sort of supported us and helped us get through this weird time. And it was the first time in my adult life that I had not been touring, or that I'd had an extended break from touring. That's how I make my living, is drive around the country and sing songs for people. And you know, I for like the first 2 or 3 years of my career, and in the last, I don't know, 18 months, nobody's clapped when I finished a song. In between, I had a pretty good 15-year run, I think, of people generally applauding when I'd finish. So anyway, it's nice to be in front of live people again and be able to hear you clap. Anyway, so I had time off, and so I decided, like a lot of people with that time, to go get a dog. I got a COVID dog, which I think was a pretty popular thing to do during this time. And I went to the rescue, and I said, I want a dog. I want a good dog. And they said, oh, okay, well, here you go. And I said, what is it? And they said, it's a lab. I said, okay, that sounds like a good dog. I'll take a lab. And I took her home, and I named her Winnie. She was a cute little puppy. And Winnie just grew and grew. And she kept growing. And at a certain point, the vet said, I don't think this is a lab. And so we got one of those DNA tests, and we tested her out. And it turns out that her mother was a Great Dane. And her father was an even greater Dane. Winnie's a big girl. We have a lot of body positivity talks around the house. And she's a really sweet animal. She just eats everything. She eats the couch, she eats the tabletop, she eats the floor. She had a blanket that this fella named Hermes gave my wife years ago. She destroys everything, and it's caused some conflict in my marriage, because everything in the house was put there by my wife, including the peonies that she grew this year. She managed to grow her favorite flower, white peonies, and she was very excited about it. And she put them out there, and I knew that Winnie was going to try and get them. So I preemptively put some metal fencing around it to protect the flowers, and it did not work. Winnie ate right through it, ate the flower, and my wife comes out one morning and sees this and is not happy at all, and she picks up the fencing, and I have run at this point. I'm halfway across the yard, and she takes the fencing and hurls it at me and says, "This is why we can't have nice things." And I thought to myself, that's a pretty good title. Well, God came down to earth to enjoy what she created. Took a fishing trip to Georgia to see what she could see. And cast out a holy line and thought she'd hooked a big one, reeled in an oil barrel and said, oh my me. And this is why your whole world is on fire. This is why you can't drink from your own springs. This is why, this is why, this is why. This is why y'all can't have nice things. So she walked back to the highway, flagged down a passing stranger, an old man with a kind streak who offered her a toke. And just as she was partaking, the The blue light started flashing as they slipped the handcuffs on her. She thought, this must be a joke, and this is why y'all are all strung out to Christmas. This is why I left you all them seeds. This is why, this is why, this is why, why, this is why y'all can't have nice things. Walked out of the jail with a rap sheet and no money, went looking for coffee and passed by an angry mob. They were yelling about people who should suffer pain eternal. She asked one for $1 and they said, sinner, get a job. This is why I blessed you with compassion. This is why I gave you empathy. This is why I said love your neighbor. This is why pills don't grow on trees. This is why I gave you our salvation. This is why angels lose their wings. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is why y'all can't have nice things. Oh, this is why y'all can't have nice things. It was a song that I wrote with Josh Morningstar. It's when I was 14 years old, I was in Waco, Texas, where my grandparents lived. We used to spend a lot of time. And my grandfather took me out in his pickup truck, and I don't remember where we were going or what we were doing, but what I do remember is we came to a stoplight in this town that he had lived in for 50 years. And he turned over and he looked at me and asked me where we were. So this goes out to anybody who's struggling to find the thread to their own story, or the people that serve as their witnesses. The leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn the same shade as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword resting in the arm of this chair, and for the life of me I can't recall if I'm the one who left it there. It feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room, and at first I don't recognize you, but then I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand, and I say, baby, I'm scared and I'm not sure I know who I am. And can you help me remember who it is that I used to be? Will you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams? Did I try to stand for something? Or would I always fold? Did I do things when I was young to be proud of when I was old? Was our house on fire? Or was I just a slow burning ember? Could you please help me remember? This ring on my finger is golden, faded and worn, like it was forged in the fires of love that weathered the storms. And I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall, but they're just faces and places that I don't know at all. Can you help me remember? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know there's a story, it's getting harder to find. Did I protect my children? Stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? Did I try to make a difference? Did I give a damn? Was I believing in God and His plan? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember. Thank you. Okay, I want to play a sad song for you now, mix it up a bit. Any other way? I have climbed up on the mountain and I've fallen in the pit. I have looked love in the eye and seen the other side of it. I spend most of my time just laughing at a joke nobody gets, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, she said she'd stay forever, but she lied. Oh, she couldn't keep a straight face if she tried. Told me that she loved me, now she's someone else's bride, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Every time I see my buddies, we get way too stoned. Oh, we start trading stories, and it's on. And I swear I left a piece of me down every road I've gone, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you're going. Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Live it. It's a big old beautiful universe, and I'm happy where I am. I got supper in the oven and a cold drink in my hand. I take naps when I want to and go dancing when I can, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. And I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I hit on the record. I hit the note perfectly. Yeah. So I'm a little fried vocally. We've been hitting it pretty hard, but we'll make it through here. Let's see. What's that gonna do? You know, it's been, what is it, 2021. So it's been 20 years since, I think, the first time I played the Monkey Duck. And Lisa Morales brought me here. I think I might have opened a show for him here, but I definitely remember she got me on a song swap with her and Michael O'Connor. And I don't know how many times I've played it since then. This is probably pushing 100 times over those years. And it's just been a second home to me, and such an amazing supporter of live music, and a jewel in Houston. I travel all over the world, and not every city has a place like this. And you know, there's a lot of corporate clubs these days, and there's a lot of awful, just dirty clubs these days. And there's very few places where, you know, singer-songwriters can come and do their thing, and that they've lasted this long is a real testament to them and to the audiences that come out. And last night they got robbed, or not, 2 nights ago they got robbed. Some of y'all probably know, so that the window was smashed, and they stole the sound system and the lights and the computers, and just an awful deal. So some folks at home may be watching this. I think they're showing it on the Monkey Duck live stream, and there's a tip link up, I think, to me. And normally I would gratefully just take that money and stuff it under my mattress. But tonight, anything that is raised on there, we're going to give back to the Duck here, and as a thank you for all their support. And it's a hell of a place, and I want to keep it going. But I think it's really amazing that within 2 days, the community and their friends got new lights, a new sound system, like all this stuff came in. I don't know if it's on loan or what's going on, but that you could be operational and up and running again that quickly is a real testament to the relationships that y'all built up here. So here's to you guys at the Duck, Shane and Rusty and Teresa. And before I got to play clubs as cool as this one, I started out down in Crystal Beach, Texas, where it is beautiful. Well, everything's relative in life, you know. It's a beach, and I loved living down there. And I had a lot of great times down there. And I moved there in 1998 with the idea that I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. I'd gotten out of school with a history degree and was pretty unemployable. And so I moved down to Bolivar and got some jobs, doing landscaping and waiting tables and stuff. And eventually, I was hanging out at this place called Bob's Sports Bar and World Famous Grill, which the name was misleading. It was this little dive that had they had to have like 8-line machines, slot machines everywhere, and they would have some TVs with the different sporting events going on, and they would, on the tables they had mustard and ketchup and off. Crystal Beach Cologne, we called it. And anyway, it turned out that I was the only guy that could play guitar and sing at the same time on the whole peninsula. And so I started getting work at all these bars, like at Bob's, and then eventually I got a gig at the Stingery where I was waiting tables, and then at the Ship's Wheel, which is where like the serious drinkers went, and Sharky's, which is the nightclub in town, and then Genie's 1, and then eventually I got a gig at Genie's 2, which was a bait camp inside of a trailer 20 feet behind Genie's 1. Things were just really looking up for a while there. Until this fella named Coy Wolf moved to town, and Coy, I'll never forget, he had a karaoke machine, and I didn't think that was going to be a problem. I didn't think people would rather sing their own songs. I thought they'd rather hear me. I was wrong. People love karaoke. And Coy, not only that, he had this like Silent Bob dude who wore a trench coat and didn't say anything and just spun the records, and they were a lethal duo, and they started taking my business. And so I got together with the different club owners on the peninsula to come up with like a marketing campaign to try and get people back to, when I say people, like my crowd was like 6 to 8 people on average. But I wanted them back, and so I came up with these ideas to like tie food and drink specials in with my shows. If we got any marketing students here, you'll dig this. Just pay close attention. At the Stingery, we had 25-cent Bloody Marys, and no, it was 25-cent buffalo wings, and Hayes Carll. At Sharky's, the nightclub, it was $1.25 Bloody Marys and Hayes Carll. Ladies' night with Hayes Carll. That's what it was. I knew I was forgetting something. Which, if you've never been to a ladies' night in Crystal Beach, it's more shrimper boots and Virginia Slim 120s than your typical affair. But my favorite was back at Bob's. They had a neon sign on wheels that they would roll out onto the highway, and it said, "All you can eat fried chicken and Hayes Carll, $4.99. It's a hell of a deal. Eight-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. 14 laws and there ain't much left. Looking like a homeless cheers on meth. Homer's in the corner breaking up a fight. Good Lord, I hope I get paid tonight. I got a gig, baby. Burnt fried chicken and a long don't start beer. Cops and the kids drink free around here. Girl behind the bar taking what she's giving. Lying about her past and trying to make a living. A broke pool table and some hard luck cues. Go tell your mama I done paid my dues. Everyone around here knows my name. 6 nights a week in the neon flame. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Now there's an old line tamer parked behind the bar with 100 pounds of weed in a stolen car. Oil patch boys, girls who went to college, rules you don't break and laws that ain't acknowledged. A barefoot shrimper with a pistol up his sleeve. Some will go to heaven and some will never leave. Pills in the tip jar, blood on the strings. Oh Lord, I never thought I'd see these things. I got a gig, baby. I got a key. 8-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. I got a gig, baby. Oh, I got a gig. It's no eternal mystery, you don't need a hard-earned clue. Why some men do their damnedest when a half a damn would do. There's a lifetime in the distance and it's filled with love and gold, and I will find it yet if I may be so bold. Yeah, some men do the conqueror and some men do the will, and some will do most anything to hide the way they feel. And some like giving orders and some like to be told, but I will make my way if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the will's not there. There's a whole world out there waiting, full of stories to be told, and I will heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. The boys were emptying their glasses as a true believer's will, with what I guess these days passes for a good time or a thrill. And they're trying hard to convince you, but I don't believe your soul, so I'm gonna step right up if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the game's not fair. There's a whole world out there waiting full of dreams that can't be sold. And I heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. Stumbled round these country towns and swallowed up the sea. I've wrestled with the question of just who I aim to be. Been dealt hands I had to laugh at, and some hands I'd love to fold, but I'll play them all if I may be so bold. Bold enough to not surrender, bold enough to give a damn, bold enough to keep on moving or to stay right where I am. There's a whole world out there waiting, full of stories to be told, and I heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. Yeah, I tell them all if I may be so bold. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me introduce the band to you before we go any further. They've been working hard. 2 shows tonight. Over here on the electric guitar and the dobro from Chickasha, Oklahoma. This is Travis Linville. The remarkable thing about Travis, a lot of people during the pandemic, just sat around and moped and didn't do anything, and some people learned new skills and stuff. But pre-pandemic, Travis didn't even play guitar. He just got on YouTube, and look at him now. It's incredible. It's easy. Anybody can do it. Guitar by numbers. Over here on the teeny tiny bass. It's okay. It's times are hard, people. We used to have a full-size bass. Do you know it's hard on a man's pride to walk around with a bass that small? It doesn't. It's how you play it, right? Am I right? We got this bass. I used to have a full drum kit. I used to be able to afford a full drum kit. Now, it's just a snare and some shit Mike found in his kitchen. It's a beer, a bunch of Topo Chico caps, a broom, a Scrabble game. We need help, folks. Buy that record. Buy that record. Don't make us keep going like this. On the bass guitar, Jared Reynolds from Nashville, Tennessee. And on the drums and the percussion from Austin, Texas, Mr. Mike Meadows. The drum, you're right, sorry. Thank you for the correction. That was... it's like a dishcloth, and it's just a spoon. Chances are I took the wrong turn every time I had a turn to take. And I guess I broke my own heart every chance I had a heart to break. And it seems I spent my whole life wishing on that same unlucky star. But as I watch you cross the ballroom, well, I wonder just what my chances are. Well, I know you've looked around and you've seen what you needed to see. you're dreaming, you're probably not dreaming about me. Oh, it's safe to say I've stumbled, but I've managed to make it through this far. And as I take one step and then another, well, I wonder just what my chances are. Oh, I have watched the world go by hand in hand, and I wondered why I'm still so alone. But could I lay down my foolish pride, maybe finally find my heart a home? The world go by hand in hand, and I wondered why I'm still so alone. But could I lay down my foolish pride, maybe finally find my heart a home? The band has started playing a simple song I used to know. As I take your hand and I walk you out and dance to the rhythm way down low. Every heart has got a story, mine just has a few more scars. But they could heal if you would hold me and tell me just what my chances are. Oh, if you would only hold me and tell me just what my chances are. I assume that was not a lyric that you just love that caused that cheer. So I'm guessing that means good news for the Astros. Oh, I get it. Okay, all right. That's most excellent. Most excellent. Well, in honor of, you know what? I'm gonna save that one. I'll do this here. This is, I've got I gotta call you my biggest fans because Walt and Julia have now been to, this is their 172nd show that they have attended, rocking their Astros gear over here, and they've been to both shows tonight, and they were at the show last night in the Woodlands. And my parents were there. My parents have only been to 42 shows. And you'll notice they're not here tonight. So thank you, Walt and Julie, and thank you for the gift earlier. I appreciate it. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to do a song that I think Julie, you've requested before. It has the Red Sox in it. We'll change it up though. Well, my heart skipped a beat when you walked into the room. And in 5 seconds, I was thinking bride and groom. I was thinking bride and groom. A thinking man and wife. I never fell in love so fast in all of my life. I know you'd like my friends. You gotta meet my parents. My daddy's pretty funny, and my mama looks like Betty White. I need another drink. I need to figure out a way to introduce myself to you tonight. I'm lousy on the first night, better by the third. I was raised Catholic, in case you hadn't heard, but I ain't the kind of man who lives in dreams and wishes, who walks around the house breaking bread and blessing fishes. If I sent a dozen roses just out of habit, or would you press those flowers in your copy a bad bit? I need another drink, I need a cigarette. I ain't giving up, I'm gonna get you yet. I'll give you the rights to my 10 best songs, and if you wanna talk, I can talk till dawn. Right now, I need a word that rhymes with earn. I guess your name is the first thing I ought to learn. Hope you're a Democrat, hope you like the Astros, hope you like bourbon with a splash of water on the rocks. Bourbon with a splash, that's the only drink I make. But baby, I could learn, there's a course I could take. You might as well give up, I'm gonna make my move. Well, honeymoon in Paris, we can hang out at the Louvre. We can winter in the city and summer up in Maine. And all of this will happen just as soon as I learn your name. All right. I saw you dancing down on Macklin Street. I couldn't stop laughing at your 2 left feet. You never gave a damn about trying to please me, and somehow that made it all feel so easy. I'd point out your favorite star. You get kicked out of every bar and wake up weary from a hard night's sleep, looking like a promise that I could keep. And hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. So many things I don't understand. You keep your flowers in a coffee can, you roll your eyes at the jokes I tell, and told my mother she could go to hell. Oh, look out, babe, now the night is so fine. Hold your heart up against the skyline. I've always had a hurt that I can't tame, but it all feels better when you say my name. And hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Well, the rest of this world's a little short on hope. Everybody's walking their own tightrope. I'm betting that money will be the first to fall, but you and me, baby, gonna show them all. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Say hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Let the world worry, 'cause you and me I've got a woman, she's wild as Rome. She likes to lie naked and be kissed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. Wine bottles scattered like last night's clothes. Cigarettes, papers, and diamond rings. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She says, you be the sinner, honey, I'll be the sin. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna keep me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay. A drunken poet's dream. I believe my harp has got a busted reed. All my lips are chapped and about to bleed. She tastes like pills and cheap cologne. She tells me I don't ever have to drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor. A few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day. All these people going to heaven, they're just in our way. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay. A drunken poet's dream. All my life I laid around while the colors all turned blue. Oh well, I closed my eyes and I finally found it brought me back to you. Now I've got a woman, she's wild as Rome. She likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna keep me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to live. Yeah, I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna keep me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay. A drunken poet's dream. A drunken poet. Thank you very much. That's a song I wrote with Ray Wiley Hubbard. I announced 2 days ago I got invited to come and play at Ray Wiley's 75th birthday party on November 14th at the Paramount Theater in Austin. And I told everybody that, and then Ray sent me a message saying that there had been a typo, and the invite, it was meant for somebody else, and it was awkward. And yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not. He did say that, but I think he was kidding. I hope. I'm gonna go. Whether if he kicks me out, he kicks me out. I'm just gonna be there. Anyway, I love Ray. He's been a big supporter of mine, and he. I thought it was already. Why were y'all screaming earlier? Oh, okay. All right, great. Well, I'm a lifelong, Houston Astros fan, and as soon as I get off stage, I'm gonna celebrate. If it was up to me, the fish would all be biting. The words would not need writing, they just fall out of my pen. If it was up to me, my bank account would have more zeros. I'd be friends with all my heroes, and they call me now and then. If it was up to me, I'd live out by the sea and order extra rum with every single drink. I'd let it and the waves drown the memory. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, we'd all be driving 80. I'd be living like they paid me instead of working to get paid. If it was up to me, my mistakes would not outlive me, and everyone could just forgive me for all the ones I've made. If it was up to me, I'd have my own money tree, and I'd buy all the things that I don't really need, and they'd help me not to think about how it used to be. If it was up to me. If it was up to me, the Stros would win the season, and I'd have every reason to go out and paint the town. If it was up to me, this life would be so easy. Everyone would aim to please me, and they'd never let me down. If it was up to me, I'd have no enemies, and I'd receive the grace I need without apology, and no one that I love would ever have to leave. If it was up to me, but it's not up to me. All right. Did they make it yet? They're in? Here's to the Houston Astros. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming out and listening to us. Thanks again to the Mucky Duck for doing what they do. One more time for Travis. Jared Reynolds. Mike Meadows. Look at that. They didn't have lights 12 hours ago, and now they're maneuvering them around. That's impressive. Whoa. That's a nightclub up in here. And to you guys for coming out. I say this every night. I would do this every night whether anybody showed up or not, but it's a hell of a lot more fun when people show up. I really appreciate you being here. This is normally the point of the show where I'd probably walk off stage and hope that you like me enough to bring me back for a few more songs. But I can't get a read on you, so I'm just going to stick up here and do one more and hope... So, the guys back there, I think they're going to record this for a thing. I don't know what it's for exactly, but I know they're recording it. And so let's do this here. Give Travis a chance to show you what he's been working on during the pandemic. I got all night to remember you by. I got a half-pack bag and a wandering eye. I said I love you, baby, till the day I die. Don't worry. It's just sometimes people get a little fed up. Tired of not drinking from the loving cup. I gotta walk them on like a little bitty pup and hurry. Yeah, it seems like every time I give my heart a couple good years and the bullshit starts. I did my best, honey, played my part. It's over. Now I'm sitting cross-legged in the heartache tree, knowing damn well you ain't thinking about me. Just a sad reminder of it used to be. I'm gone, and we go down, 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 down. Our love just left this town. Well, if I had a dream, I guess I sold it. If I had a secret, Lord, I told it. This here hand, I never thought I'd fold it, darling. Yeah, I paid my dues and I served my time. We had a good tune, but we never could rhyme. Put up a buck just to get back a dime, it's gone. I remember a time when the mood was right. You'd say go, we'd go all night. Now it's bitch and moan and fuss and fight. I'm tired, babe. If you're ever in trouble, honey, I'll be there. But I'd rather be one than a mournful pair. The blind can see that you don't care, I'm gone. And we go down, 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 down. Our love just left this town. What have I done?
1, 2, 1.
I can't believe these things I said. I let a couple bad years go to my head. Without your love, I'll be old and dead. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's getting hard to handle that lonesome sound. Goodbye, trouble, I'm homeward bound. You're the only good thing this old boy's found. I'm home. And we go down, 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 down. Our love just left this town. We go down, 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 down. The one good thing I found. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out and listening to us. Hope you had a good time.